Yeah, man. Listen, guys. Stephen here with FBTV. This is a separate episode, but I'm gonna use my Osmo instead. Let me see what we got here. I can stack this up on because I think it's gonna be important to make sure they can see us, man. Oh, that's good lighting over here, though. Let's see. Okay, do that. We're sitting here with your name's Terry, right?
Yeah.
Good old Terry, man. Now, Terry is a dog trainer. And what else? What all would you classify yourself as, man?
Dog trainer, dog breeder.
What do you breed?
Bullies and Rottweilers.
Okay, bullies and Rottweilers. I
Mm-hmm.
understand. Now, walk them through how hard it is to deal with or correct an aggressive dog. What are the things that make a dog aggressive?
Things that I feel that make the dog aggressive are the triggers that stimulated the dog to become aggressive in the first place. So if it's loud noises, if it's rough handling, those are what I would call triggers for the dogs. Genetics, do they just have that aggressiveness in the genetics? That's what I would say would cause dogs to be aggressive. But the consistency to handling that is being consistent with your corrections and making sure the dog understands that being aggressive is not allowed. And that's the hardest thing for people to do, because oftentimes pet owners don't want to get their hands dirty by grabbing dogs or trying to fight, or when they're having issues with the dog. So being consistent, firm, fair, and consistent is the biggest thing I feel like.
Firm, fair, and consistent. I like that. Now, how many people you think get dogs that are been known to be aggressive and are actually scared of them?
I mean, if you got a Rottweiler and you're a nice lady from Wisconsin, you probably shouldn't be getting that, A lot of people get dogs they're afraid of, and I don't understand that. Get a dog that's known to be nice. Labs, golden doodles, retrievers, those type of dogs. Don't get a big Rottweiler or bully if you're not ready to handle an aggressive dog. Yeah.
And what's been the key to I call it corporate restructuring. Guy comes in, he brings you a hoodlum that's willing to bite your ass as a trainer. Mm-hmm. What's the key to actually getting a dog's bad behavior fixed? How do you solve for that? Like, what's the things that you focus on coming in, knowing the dog to bit a few people?
The first thing that I would consider getting a handle on is making sure the dog is going to follow you during a walk. So teaching the dog to heel. So if the dog is aggressive, getting a muzzle on that's secure. It's got to be secure.
Secure muzzle.
Secure muzzle, because if that thing come off and the dog bites you, you're in trouble. So, yeah. So
it'd be like Pops on Friday. Yeah. He took a big chunk out of my hands.
Right. Like your name.
I know.
Right. Yeah.
He said, don't do it.
So making sure the muzzle's secure, so that way when you're walking the dog learns he has to heel and follow you. A dog that's following you, 9 out of 10 times won't attack because they view you as the leadership.
There you go. And the muzzle is one of the keys. And so when does the muzzle come off then?
The muzzle comes off when you feel safe enough to put the leash around the dog's neck without trying to protect yourself.
And I think it's important too to make sure we highlight one of the things he talked about, being aggressive as well. So the challenge is some of y'all get the yanking on the dog, which creates defense. So if you got a defensive dog, the dog becomes more defensive, which means it creates more reaction, which means it goes into fight or flight mode. And in some breeds, if it goes into flight mode, Syed broke this up the other day, the dog can't fly, don't got no wings, so it's going to bite your ass.
That's it. Yeah, I agree with that.
Fix anything, man. Look, you ain't got to be candid here, man.
Yeah.
I tell y'all know, because I see y'all defend different times, the nigga said he don't train dogs, but I love dog behavior, and I can't read it. That's how I ain't never got my ass bit for real.
Yeah, I would say if the dog is starting to be aggressive towards you, you gotta get that dog under control. So, and you have to match its level. You gotta match its intensity. So if the dog is trying to take your arm off, you kind of gotta meet the dog at his level and be like, I can't allow this to happen. So I have to do whatever I gotta do by any means necessary to get this dog from attacking me and thinking, all right, this is a badass dude. Like I can't beat him. So let me stop what I'm doing so this dude don't turn around and kill me. So that's essentially what a dog's trying to do when it bites you. Is if it get a hold of you and it starts shaking, is your play towards it, right?
and it's praying to God you keep fighting, because that just gets it more motivated.
It gives them more drive. And that's why dogs that bite hold on to bites. It's because think about when a dog or a wolf gets an antelope or something, and the antelope is screaming and kicking.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that stimulates the dog to keep going because that gets the dog more driven. So as soon as the dog bites you, you go, ah! Now you're squilling to the dog and it's like, I got him. Like, let me keep going. So that's why you want to make sure that when the dog is being aggressive, you got to come in and really put your foot down quick so the dog doesn't get more stimulated to keep fighting.
Now, is there anything people should focus on, especially if they're buying into an aggressive breed within that 8 to 16 week or 8 to 6 months? How important is that development?
That's crucial, I think, just for the simple fact that you want the dog to know that people aren't the threat, that loud noises aren't the threat. So you want to socialize them with lots of people. You want to make a lot of loud noises. You want the dog to feel confident in those situations and not feel the need to lash out and protect themselves. You also, too, want to teach people to respect the dog and not just come up and get into their faces. It's really a give and take relationship. So the dog has to feel like you as the owner has its back because it is just a puppy looking up for guidance, looking to you for everything. And you want to make sure the dog understands that if you say it's okay and not to be nervous. But that doesn't mean coddle. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean it's okay, puppy. It's really just, it's okay for this person to pet you, let them do the pet. All right, now it's back to business, back to what we were doing.
Mm-hmm. Guys, confidence is one of those things that comes over the course of time, energy, and effort. People, places, and things I've said many times. Not everybody should be able to pet your dog, but your dog shouldn't react every time somebody walks up or anytime somebody walks up, even if you're doing protection work. Most importantly, if you're doing protection work. Anything else you want them to know about? And for one, tell them where to find you at, man.
So you can find me at Smooth Line Kennels. We got some of the best Rottweilers, some of the best bullies, only the best genetics, the best bloodlines that I like to work with. So Smooth Line Kennel. The one thing I would say is if you don't want the dog to do it at 110 pounds, don't let it do it at 10 to 12 pounds.
Ooh, that's a good way to look at it. Start where you want the dog to finish. Stay consistent in everything that you do. Be clear about your vision for the dog. And if you follow us on Fit Billy, you know what our vision is. We love dogs that get active, stay focused, can walk at least a damn mile. Dog can't walk a mile. This dog is useless to me. We love a motivated dog, and motivation doesn't mean chewing up things. It means a dog that wants to learn, who's intelligent and inspired by its owner, and just life itself. It's kind of like, well, we keep doing this thing. Everybody we come in contact, we inspire them to be a little bit more inspired by life and the opportunity it provides to be better. Look, my man, I think this is good. I'll be back out here in Arizona. He lives in Arizona, so if you're in AZ, follow him, reach out. If you got questions, he specializes in aggressive breeds. I don't know if that's going to be the thing for forever, but he has more tools than the average person about solving a fucking hoodlum's problem. You got a hoodlum at your house? Call me now. Don't call me. Y'all know the rules. Don't call me. You can't call me.
Smooth Line Kennels. DM me on Instagram.
There you guys, people. And as always, take care of your dogs.